Okay, you have your palette and you have your brush, so let's get started. I am going to show you the order that I put these four colors on. That is total personal preference. Switch it up, find what works best for you. That's what I did. This is not how I started, but this is kind of where I've landed, what I like. So I start, first of all, let's go over what we have. We have your main highlight, your brightening highlight, your contour color, and your lip and cheek. So these are your four main starter colors. I start with my contour color. That I feel like is kind of going to frame your face, and it's going to determine where all of the other colors go. So I've got my 3D brush here. You can use either end. I actually use both ends for different areas of my face. So I'm going to start with the fluffy end. I call this the bunny tail end. So I start by applying to my cheekbones. I actually take the fluffy end and I kind of squish it to make it a little bit skinnier. And I just dot it right here into my contour. You just need to pick up a little bit of product. You don't need much. I start right here above my ear. You can kind of feel like right here is the bottom of my cheekbone, and I'm going to apply it right there on my cheekbone. And I just start at my ear and I pull it down and I kind of end that line right here even with the corner of my eye, like that. So again, this contour placement is going to be personal preference. I pull mine maybe a little bit higher just to lift my face a little bit because I'm older and it's starting to fall. So you can put it lower, you can put higher, whatever you find that works best for you. So I'm just going to go in again. Each time I tap into my colors, I just pick up a very little bit of product. Because if you get too much, it's going to feel greasy and oily on your face. You're not going to like the way it feels. So my theory is start with a little. If you need to add more, you can add more. So same thing here. I'm popping into my contour and just applying it around my forehead, the top of my face. This line you're going to make thinner or thicker depending on how big or small your forehead is and how big or small you want it to look. And I come right down here on my jowls and apply a little bit of a shadow there. Now for my nose, this is when I switch to the thin end. Again, I kind of pinch it to get more of a pencil point. Tap into my contour there, and I'm just going to line both sides of my nose. And I can't stress enough as we get ready to move into the highlights, less is more with this stuff. Like I said, you get too much, it's going to feel gross, it's going to slide all over your face, you're not going to like it. It may take your skin a couple weeks to adjust to the cream if you're used to a liquid or a powder. So give it time. If you have questions, please contact me. I worked through yuckies and issues as I was getting used to it, so I'm here for you. Next, I go into my brightening highlight. This I'm mainly applying at the center of my face, and I'm going to frame my eyes with it as well to brighten those up. I use the pointer end, and I just kind of pop it into the brightening highlight like this, and right down the middle, like I said. And then I do the inner and outer corner of my eyes. If you're a makeup whiz, you probably know all of this placement stuff. I didn't. So when I do these beginner tutorials, I like take it down to the very beginner mode where I needed it when I got it. So I'm not talking down to you. I'm just making sure that everybody understands how to do this. So that's all I'm doing with my brightening highlight. Next, I'm going into my main highlight. This is your main foundation color, the color that I matched your skin tone to. I use the fluffy end again, pop in there. I'm just going to fill this color in where I don't have any other colors. So a thin line right there on my forehead. Down here underneath my contour, I call this my beard area. If I was a man, that's where my beard and mustache will be. That's where my main color is going to be. A little bit here under my eyes. And I make sure to hit the side of my nose. I have a lot of broken capillaries there, so I've got a lot of red, and I want to make sure that gets covered well. Again, same as the other colors, I just tap in once or twice, apply until my brush feels empty, and then go back in for more. Now I am done. You don't need to clean off your brush or anything like that. Don't worry about product transfer. You're going to start blending. I start from the center and move out, so I can start with my lighter color and move to the darker color. That's just a personal preference. Again, I can start with my contour, move in, and I really don't have a lot of like product movement, dark colors where I don't want them anyway. It's just how I've learned to do it. So I kind of buff these colors out and together. I'm really careful around my eyes to do more of like a stippling or round circles to buff out. I don't like to like pull on that skin because it's so delicate. So anytime it looks like I'm pulling, I am barely touching my skin there. You'll notice I'm also going up on my eyelids. My eyelids are super red, so I kind of use any extra product to cover my eyes and kind of prime them and get them ready for eyeshadow. Finish up this, and then I move to my contour. Contour, buff as little as or as much as you want. The more you buff it out, the less color you're going to see. And when I'm buffing out my cheeks, I pull up and out on that. Think of giving yourself a face lift. If you pull down on it, it's just going to make your cheeks look dirty. And we don't want that. So I think I have that all blended. Don't forget to blend. See, I always forget my chin. Don't forget to blend out the contour on your chin. My 12-year-old is constantly having to tell me, Mom, you have contour on your chin. It's awful, but I'm lucky to have her. So that's your 3 main colors. Those are the colors that I matched you to. That's done. Everything else is just pretties and fun and whatever you want to do. So the only extra thing now is my lip and cheek. I have Royal here. I apply with my fingers. You can use the brush, you can use your fingers. If you have a more detailed brush, a smaller brush, use that. That's fine. But I just pop into my color with my finger, apply it right here above my contour color, as little or as much as you want. Same with my lips. And then I go in with my fluffy end and just blend that color in with circles, up and out again. And that's it. You've got your full face covered with just 4 colors. So from that point on, obviously I would do my eyes, my eyebrows, if I want to add any illuminator, bronzer, or anything like that. But for the main starter set, you are done.